That's a challenge. Yeah. How big is your team?
No, it's small.
They're all based in US. Are you planning to hire anytime soon?
Once I cover that, and then deploy, because I have teams before of people, so kind of work my AI, so they're trying to models that are training more GPUs.
Yeah.
Power, because I don't want to do that anyway.
So my question is, are you not hiring now? 6 months from now, you'll add marketing, sales, and promote your product. The product goes there, it goes live at yeah, like marketing, niche area. So let me know if you are hiring, right, 6 months from now or 3 months from now. What I can help you do is I can offer you my platform for you to try it out. So you don't have to, send email me link. Right? You don't have to do that. So
this is also I'm super early stage.
So you could digital business stuff, right? So you have my email address. I have my email address. 3 months from now, how is it doing? 6 months from now, yes, when I'm hiring, but I don't want to buy any HR tools. I'm able to support you. So you can go through your first time. Yeah, alright. What is that? So this is a digital business called A's, right? So email, first name, last name. Yeah. So if you want to know more details about so your name and email address, then I'll send you an email, right? Or you can reach out to me. I'm ready, I need to I'm not going to buy a product. Spend money on a platform. Right? Nice meeting you. Ron and no problem.
It's a beautiful thing. I got a lot of people working together.
Yeah, it's loads of people. That is kind of crazy.
Hello, everybody. Can you hear me? Hello, hello. Happy Monday. We're going to get started soon. So please find yourself a seat. Find yourself a seat, or else you're going to regret standing for the entire 3 hours, please. Okay, welcome in, everybody. I am Nabiha. Nice to meet you guys. Thank you. If this is your first time at Capital Factory, please raise your hand. Wow, okay, so first order of business, restrooms are out there. If you take an exit, you take a right, that's where your restrooms are. I think that's probably the #1 question I've gotten so far. Otherwise, please remember that this is an amazing event and it's very open formatted, so we're gonna go through some introductions and it's all about the pitches tonight. So without further ado, we can get started. So our agenda, we've done a little bit of this. We just networked for the first 30 minutes. I'm going to give you some updates for like 15 minutes and tell you what's going on today. And then for an hour, hour and a half, we're just going to have pitches. So you guys are going to get 5 minutes to come up if you'd like. I'll sweep across the room. Raise your hand if you want to go. I'll call on you. And whenever your 5 minutes are wrapping up, I'm going to hold up this sign. Gentle reminder to start wrapping up your pitch, okay? We're not super strict about it, but we want to make sure everyone gets a chance, okay? So after that, after everyone's done pitching, feel free to mingle a little more, network, and then we have to be out of here by 8:45. They're pretty strict about timing and cleaning up the space and getting it ready for the next day. So that's why I'm going to start coming around and asking you all to get out at around 8:45, okay? Cool. So, hi, I'm Nabiha again. During the day, I'm a product manager at Pedernales Electric, utilities company. And in my free time, I offer freelance services to local startups, usually small to medium-sized businesses that are looking to improve existing software or make things from the ground up. I'm a builder. I founded a company before, gotten 400 customers, then $11,000 in revenue within 4 months, running a startup purely off of Gmail, Google Sheets, and Notion. And not paying for a single ad. I've also pitched to an audience and VC panels as well. I've pitched to Shark Tank judges, or people that were previously on Shark Tank that were now my judge. I've pitched to actual VCs, that company that I had founded, and I was a top 5 finalist out of about 115 teams at Rice University, and I went up against PhDs and MBAs and masters, and I'm a big believer in telling your story and telling it well. And I have worked at a lot of startups, some of which have been successfully acquired. So I love startups. I love talking to founders. And if you ever want to have a conversation, please reach out to me. Always happy to grab a coffee and see however I can help, okay? And then Suman is the other host.
Thank you, Nabiha. Hello, everyone. And I'm Suman Poluri. I've been hosting this event or organizing this event for almost 80 years now. Been part of a couple of startups, one of them acquired, and also currently working as a CTO and co-founder at my current startup called Engaged AI. Mostly a product guy, but also like talking to customers and also trying to look at how the technology evolves, especially in this world where AI is evolving almost every week now. So I'm trying to look at the next evolution of where things will go and trying to build things for the future. So if you all want to talk about any of those tech stuff or maybe some startup stuff, I'm always here. So with that said, I mean, we all want to bring all the talent, the people that are in the Austin startup world together, so we can facilitate that platform where there's a free sharing of ideas and people learn from each other, and we all want to see great companies come out of Austin. So that's basically what we try to facilitate here. And one thing I want to say before I leave the stage is that I know a lot of people come to these events. A lot of people go to a lot of events around town. We recognize the fact that not all events can be for everyone. So some people may like the events, the format, some people may not. But one thing we can guarantee is before you enter this room, you may have not spoken to at least one person here. So maybe before you exit the room, please make sure that you make at least one new contact that you have not made before. So that way you can have those new contacts, new conversations, and we hope those turn into great conversations and maybe companies as well, great companies too. So with that said, yeah, I'm Suman Polari. I'll be just facilitating the audience today, and I'll hand it over to Nabiha. Thank you.
Amazing. Okay, so you are in this building called Capital Factory, okay? Right now you're on the first floor, and this room is called Voltron. If you're interested in becoming a member of Capital Factory has a bunch of floors in this building. So there's a co-working space, and you can sign up to be a member of that co-working space. You'll just have to go ahead and go to the Capital Factory website. You can also sign up to host an event in this room or the many other rooms also at this building. You'll just have to go to the Capital Factory website to do that as well. And also Capital Factory has a newsletter called Austin Tech Live, and all these links are on the actual Capital Factory website, okay? We also have a few sponsors today. So Capital Factory has generously given us this room every month, first Monday of the month, for free, which is amazing. Also, Founder Dash is a company that helps startups to plan their go-to-market strategy, do competitor analysis, all with an AI prompt. And it's a great company, and they also have a promo right now, and you'll see that in just a moment. And also JetBrains. JetBrains also is our sponsor today. So first and foremost, we have a special sponsor this month, which someone can expand upon.
All right, so SaaS Talk is a conference that primarily focuses on B2B SaaS startups, and they've been mostly been active in Europe, but recently, in the last few years, they started organizing these conferences in the US as well. The last one in Austin took place, I think, in 2022, and so they're coming back to Austin this, I think next week, actually, May 12th or 11th through 13th. They have a global pitch competition for B2B startups, and also have a lot of great startups coming, and a lot of people from the investor community and around the world, startups around the world coming here, especially the SaaS space. So they did offer us some free complimentary tickets for eligible startups. I think there's a criteria about like how much money you raise, how many customers you have, and things like that. So there's 9 complimentary tickets still available, or 8. So yeah, they're going down fast. So yeah, if you want to get a complimentary ticket for your startup to be part of that SaaS Talk conference, do use that code ASMComp, and likewise, for people that want to just attend the event, there's a 30% off code ASM30. So yeah, with that, the conference is between May 11th to 14th actually, but then the main events happen on the 13th to 14th in the Palmer Events Center. So yeah.
Okay, and Founder Dash, someone can also speak about this one as well.
All right, so Founder Dash is trying to make it easy to build a business, and a lot of people, especially early stage founders, they struggle with trying to navigate through the initial steps of building a startup. And I mean, there's 1,000 different ways you can go, and there's also a million ways you can make money. But then there's probably better ways in all these paths that you can take to minimize your failures and go towards towards a more profitable, sustainable path to building a business. So Founder Dash aims to do that, and they're also building a automated agentic flow. Who's not building agentic flows these days? So they're building an agentic flow to take your idea and get it to the point where you get a working application and navigate you towards building a sustainable, profitable startup. So they're releasing a lot of tools over the last few months. So do check it out. There's a complimentary the code that you can use for the comprehensive business report that it generates, and it's usually $49.99. So with that code, you can just get it for $9.99. So you can take a copy of that intro $9.99 and use that if you want to try it out. And it's founder-.com.
Okay, and if you want to have access to these slides after today, if you want to read about upcoming cool events, upcoming cool startup deadlines, resources for founders, feel free to scan this QR code. We make a blog post/newsletter every single month with all the information you could possibly need. So I'll let you guys scan for just a moment. Okay, just kidding. Okay, I think that's it. So, and last but not least, we have a JetBrains giveaway. So we are going to do a raffle towards the end of our pitches tonight. So if you would like to get a JetBrains subscription and get an IDE of any one of that amazing list, feel free to scan the QR code and you might win the raffle tonight and get a free JetBrains subscription. Okay, moving on. I'll show the QR code again before we do the raffle, so no worries if you didn't get it yet, okay? So upcoming deadlines, on May 8th, we have the Health Wildcatters 2025 deadline. May 13th, Y Combinator Summer Batch. They're going to give their decisions less than a month after that. June 25th, Meetup-ATX. The applications opened a few months ago, but they're accepting them until June 25th, and then there are always rolling deadlines for Austin Technology Incubator, Capital Factory, this building, International Accelerator, and John Brumley Texas Venture Labs as well. There are also some upcoming events. SaaStock, one of our sponsors today, May 11th through 14th, but the main event, 13th through the 14th. Also, the Inbox Expo is happening May 21st to 23rd. June 1st to 3rd is North American Information Security Summit. And then August 15th, AI Expo. Presentations by Meta, a lot of other AI companies that are doing AI nowadays, so definitely check it out. And there are a lot of smaller local events as well, so those can be found on our newsletter. That was the QR code I showed a few slides ago. Okay, and this meetup, we're going to be having another meetup on Monday, June 2nd, first Monday every month, same spot, same time, okay? 6 to 9 p.m. every Monday of the month, okay? So yeah, without further ado, I think we have one small announcement from MJ really quickly.
Highly recommended next year. I went out behind my garage on Sunday morning to dump my coffee grounds and found this. Take it in, absorb it, you know. The little kittens. Look at this. I have to see this every day. I don't mean to take up your time. I called all the shelters. I'm on the waiting list. I work 18 hours a day. I can't take care of them. I love them. I wish I could. If anybody here knows the old cat lady, besides me, who wants to take these or fosters, please come see me. Otherwise, I have 5 cats in my barn. So thanks for your time.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so Yeah, we also have some more resources. I'm not going to list off all of them, but if you took a scan of the QR code earlier, these are all on there, and they should be hyperlinked, so you can click on them and go to the page that they correspond with, okay? And there's also incubators and accelerators as well, F6S, AngelList. There's also a lot of local accelerators and VC firms as well. They're all here. Amazing. And so now the bulk of the meat and potatoes, I would say. Oh, meat and potatoes. So pitches. How this is going to work is you can pitch literally anything. If you have an idea that has been funded by VCs, great. If you came up with an idea on your drive here, even better, okay? So the whole spectrum of startups, please feel free to come up and pitch what you're working on and what it's like, and people can ask you questions. Get up to 5 questions or as many as you want until you hit the 5-minute mark, and then you will see the lovely sign, okay? So does anybody want to start on this side of the room? Who wants to do a 5-minute pitch?
All right, hey everyone, my name is Max Dickey. I just finished up my last credits at McCombs, and so now I'm working on a startup. I've been working on a startup. We did a market test. We did over 100 surveys. We've also talked with over 30 suppliers. What I'm working on, how many of y'all went to UT? Okay, who's heard of the big ticket by chance? All right, so the big ticket, over 70% of students at UT, they use this to purchase their student passes for athletics throughout the entire year. So it's a one-time purchase, and then they get access to everything. And it makes it a lot easier for athletics departments to pretty much track it. And so currently there's not a dominant internet marketplace platform for apartments. And so we created an idea. It's called the Big Lease. We tested it. We've talked to apartments. They like it. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to have people apply, so at the beginning of the year, one time, and then they get access through our predictive model to choose where they're going to lease. And so it makes it a lot easier, and it's already something that I think is great, and apartments love it. So now we're just working on it, and we're looking for some funding. So yeah, we're looking for $350K before the end of July. So if anyone's an investor in here, anyone an investor in here? No investors in here? Okay.
I've got a question.
What's up?
Can you tell me about the business model?
Yeah, so we're going to be doing a 2% commission structure. And so each person, they sign a lease, and in West Campus, the average lease is around $14,400, and so we'll be taking a 2% on that. And that's one revenue stream from the start. So the apartments are going to pay us. So I actually have a real estate license. I work for the top broker. It's called Housing Scout. And yeah, so yeah, they like the idea of working with us because we're going to reduce costs for them.
What's it costing them now? Do
I do know. A lot more.
you know?
Yeah, I can't. Yeah. But yeah, we're going to reduce it by about half. I could say that. All right. Anyone know how to work with Python really well or TypeScript? Anyone want to be a part of a growth team? What's up? ChatGPT. Okay. Well, yeah, we're looking for 10,000 users by the end of leasing season. So leasing season starts in October. I'm building in the growth team right now, so we're looking for 5 people. I already have 3 people on board. Now it's really just looking for the influencers. We're going to be getting contracts with them. So is anyone looking for a position for the summer? Yeah? Okay. Well, we need to do interviews, but what's up? Yeah. So marketing strategies to tie into the athletics, because the big ticket, it's huge at UT, and people really love sports at UT. And so we're going to work with student athletes, and a lot of them, they want to have like an influencer role on campus. And so we'll be paying them, and we'll be using redeem codes for them to allow people to get into our wait list. And then the wait list will open up August 1st, and it will allow people to sign their lease, and we're looking for 10,000 before the end of October. So it's about a 2-month window. I mean, most athletes are probably like the most popular on campus, and then also fraternities and sororities. So we're going to look more into it, but we're looking to get 200 influencer contracts, and so with those contracts, we believe that we'll be able to have 10,000 users on the platform. And in West Campus, there are 17,000 students there every single year signing a lease year over year, 12-month leases. None of these leases are negotiable, so they're all able to be automated to the point where people can just sign them online using DocuSign. But yeah, it's really just word of mouth, also making sure that we get people on there with redeem codes. And that the network effect that we'll be able to build with this is going to be huge, and that's going to be the most valuable part. So if you're interested, yeah, I'd love to get your number. Anyone else interested in a growth role? Okay. All righty, two. All right, cool. Thank you.
Okay, perfect. So really quick announcement. If you parked in the parking garage downstairs, it is extremely expensive, like approximately $1 million. So if you want to save money, here is a parking validation card, okay? Scan it on your way out. If you need one, please come find me. I'm gonna have them in my pocket in the back, okay? Yeah, so who wants to go next on this side of the room? Yes, come on up.
What's up, everyone? I'm glad you guys got all here safely. Probably were here all day. Who's here for the first time? Okay, me too. Okay, I feel not alone. Well, my name is Margot. I am developing a mathematical way to resolve ethics with the ethical method. So we're using thermodynamics in combination with psychology to understand emotion and process decisions in a more sustainable way. So rather than argue over philosophy, we're going to mathematically determine the best outcomes. So that's not my pitch, though. That is the framework that I need to get worked out with some physicists and mathematicians. So if you're in highly genius-y, is that a word? I'm just making stuff up. If you guys are very, very smart, if you know mathematics like the back of your hand and you prefer it to people, call me. But also, the proof of concept is gonna be a decision-making app. And so my market audience for the decision-making app will be adolescents. I have a 14-year-old boy. I don't know if you've ever been a 14-year-old boy before, or girl. You don't talk to your parents. I want my son to have good advice, especially as the decisions are getting harder, tougher, and the internet's exposing him to more things that I could possibly answer to him. And I don't want him getting advice from his idiot friends, right? Bad word, sorry. But I want them to get good advice. I want kids to get good advice, but also college kids. So homie in the back who has all the popular friends could be one of our influencers too, but definitely wanna target adolescents and young college so that they can get better decisions. And so the slight difference that mine has to why don't you talk to ChatGPT? Why aren't you going to BetterHelp? Well, BetterHelp, I do want to do an exit strategy with them or something of the like. But on the way there, the difference between what I've got going and what ChatGPT has going, and I work with ChatGPT a lot to develop a lot of my paperwork and all my grants and stuff, is that it's just more nuanced. It's gonna go through more processing, take into account the elements of the question in a different way. And it's gonna go through 2 layers of processing. So the core architecture is gonna be very different from ChatGPT. It's going to be geared towards emotions, towards psychology, towards nuanced advice. Also, I'm not gonna be giving one answer. I'm gonna be giving options that are gonna provide and show weighted, it's gonna be weighted based on the categories that I have, right? So if I have category 1, category 2, category 3, it's gonna be a 70% good decision based on that, 25% on that, 100% on that. So that people can really make better decisions, but also see, especially as adolescents and even older people, you know, you can see, hey, this one's more ethical, this one's more has a better physical outcome, financial outcome. And we get to collect that data of when a person might choose a less ethical issue, right? And that's gonna help us refine the bigger model, which is the ethical framework. So again, I'm looking for ethical framework, physicists, mathematicians, highly genius people. And for the app, I'm looking for a CTO. I gotta build out that core. My background is not in tech, although I do understand it. I'm slightly familiar with it. I was in VDC in construction. So that's coding videos, all those cool videos and stuff, did stuff like that. So I did a little bit of coding, some baby Python, but mostly dynamic models like Grasshopper that are already built out for you. But my background is more like law, architecture, construction, and having all of that overlap. And I was born and raised with a psychologist, right? Before Audible, I was reading books to my mom, her college books to my mom. So I've got a background in all those things except for tech. So I really need a tech partner, but I got the operations on lock. I got marketing on lock. I got all those things on lock, and I want to build a team. I've got 60 plus applicants in LinkedIn that are ready to work, college students, unpaid. We'll get them a voucher if the investor says yes. But I need somebody who can lead them, build out the core and give them assignments, 5 to 10 hours a week, unless they completely screw it up. And then we'll need you to back in. But I'm looking for those things. And as far as the money goes, hoping for about 200K. That covers marketing plan. I've got a scale. I've got options for 30K, 50K, 100K. As well as just paying for the employment and a few other details. I can show a detailed slide deck if you're interested. Thank you for your time. My name is Margot again, and thanks for coming out.
Okay, that was Margot. So anyone else from this section? Yes, please come on up. Hello, my name is Aline. I even didn't know that there's something with pitch here. I just come here to support my husband with his business, but now through your talk, I feel inspired to share about my work because I don't know anything about tech, but I help tech people to be better in their work. So I'm a somatic therapist, and I'm specialized in supporting dysfunctional breath mechanics, and with this, healing the nervous system to the root. And I'm working with CEOs, leaders, founders, and yeah, just all people who are here for a big mission, who need nervous system capacity to build more, to build teams. And what I'm experiencing for most of my clients is that we are in overdrive, creating from stress, creating from fight and flight. And in this energy, sometimes we're not making good decisions. So what we need is less trigger, less stress response, being more attuned to our body, more relaxed in our nervous system. And we are only 50 practitioners worldwide, and I have one colleague in Germany and one in Australia, and they're starting to work with companies. And they're starting with the founders, but now starting to work with a whole leadership team, and they're seeing amazing results working with the heads of the companies and supporting them in their nervous system health and their nervous system regulation to support them in their connection with self, making clear decisions, coming out of stress, coming into relation and holding more capacity for more income, for more impact, and holding more teams. This is my edge in building my nervous system capacity to stand here because I'm good in my work, but not so much good in talking, but that's me. Thank you so much. Okay, that was Aline, guys. Somatic therapist. Did I get that correctly? Amazing. Okay, anyone else from this section? Really fast? Okay.
Hey everyone. I just came to check out this event, and little did I know that there's an opportunity to pitch. So my name is Preetham Maluri, and I'm a trainer with a company called Inner Matrix Systems. We train high performers in mastering their emotions, their mind, and leveraging the nervous system to create any outcomes you want, right? And we have supported more than 84,000 people as a company all over the world. And we do that by but really, like as Aline mentioned, like, really getting to know yourself, right? Because emotions are behind every choice, decision, and action we make, right? Whether we decide to talk to an investor, or pick up the phone and call them, or set up an appointment, or we just listen to our own fear, our doubt, or uncertainty, right? There's an emotion behind it, and then we decide to take action or not. Like, you may know all the reasons, like, we all know what to do, right? Whether it is to cultivate better health, have better relationships, or to manage stress. But when it comes to taking the action, it's actually extremely hard. It's because, I think Aline mentioned, like, our nervous system is so wired, right? And we don't take time to actually manage that. And we have like a solid training curriculum. Like, I teach classes here in Austin. I work one-on-one with people. And we have seen time and time and again, like, incredible results for people. Because when we get out of our own way, right, and we are able to leverage the vision, like vision for your company, vision for your team. Like, we do business, we build companies. Why do you think we do? Anybody? Like, what is your why? Anybody who owns a company, what is your why? Help people? Anybody else? Solve problems. Any more? Influence leadership. Yeah, I mean, we do all of that, right? And again, like, at the foundation of it is the vision, is the why, is the meaning behind it, right? You want to make a difference, you want to make an impact through your product or with your team, make an impact in the community. So when you're emotionally resilient, when you can hold high capacity for emotions like confidence or empowerment, inspiration, passion, you would go much farther. You would build teams that are much more coherent, and you will get results that are very aligned with like how you train yourself, right? How you train your mindset, your emotional resilience. So I teach classes, and because I was given this opportunity, I would like to offer 2 introductory courses. Whoever is interested, raise your hand and come see me. It's a 3-session course, and I will actually take you, session by session, how to leverage your emotions and your thoughts and create any outcome you want. That's about it. And if you have any questions, please, I'll take a few questions. Anyone? Any questions? Yeah? I'll take you up on the offer. Yeah, okay, thank you. Please connect with me, yeah, thank you. Yeah? What's your name again? Preetham Maluri. Yeah. Yeah, nice to meet you. Great to meet you all, and I appreciate the opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, that was Preetham. Anyone else in this section who wants to pitch for 5 minutes? Going once, going twice. Okay, I might come back around in the end if you change your mind. So next up we have this section over here. Anybody want to come up on the stage for 5 minutes? Okay.
Hi, everyone. I wasn't planning to pitch today. Preetham did a lot of the work I was going to do. You did a lot of the work I was going to do, too. You've already heard a lot about the central nervous system and regulating yourself. And so we've all heard about that. There are tons of apps out there on the phone and people who are helping you navigate your with somatic work. And so all of that is already out there, but what we realized was when I started Higher Prana Virtual Reality, we are a leading VR meditation mindfulness app in Pico Enterprise and Meta Horizon. And according to Pico, we are the best spatial audio VR app in the world right now because we launched a pilot into their corporate wellness program. And we are B2B, we're going in and trying to launch pilots into a lot of corporate wellness programs. And what we realized with the science of VR, that all of the stuff we're talking about, regulating our nervous system, and all of that happens very, very, very fast in VR. In virtual reality, it happens in literally minutes that you activate your prefrontal cortex and your central nervous system goes, psh. So all of the things you want to do, like you're talking about science of how to manifest and get what you need and activate your, and activate yourself when you are feeling anxious or nervous, and you want to go into a meeting and you want to kill your performance, you're not ready, you need a good tool, right? So what we have done is we've given you that tool, right? So and that is what we have done. And this is a Pico Enterprise headset. We are agnostic to any platform. And what's happening in the immersive space is that it's going beyond virtual reality. Augmented reality is the next big step, and the Google is going to have a big play in that space. Google is a new storefront, and AR is going to be the big driver of mindfulness and a lot of training inside of immersive. So with that, at this point, we are mostly going to be B2B. I'm looking for funding to expand my marketing program. I'm going to mostly be using AI to expand my marketing footprint and sell into corporate wellness programs. One of the ways we're going to do it is we're going to be doing immersive concerts. We're going to create these immersive domes. Our content will be inside of these large corporate, even in a space like this, I could create a dome over here and give you a live performance and showcase the power of how virtual reality can really transform your performance beyond what I've seen with any other tool out there. Yeah, thank you.
You want to take questions or?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry. Yes. Sorry about that. Yes. Questions, yes. So I wish I could have pitched, I could have shown you a trailer of my VR app. But if anyone is interested in seeing a trailer or even experiencing it, what we do is, these are grounding and calming realms. And when I take you, if I say I want to take you to a lake or a beautiful place which you have been used to going since you were a kid, imagine if I create that instead of a very powerful gaming engine in VR, and I take you in a split second, your brain just gets completely tricked and fooled, and you are forced to be present. What VR does is, it's the whole science of presence. We talk about, hey, don't live in the past, don't live in the future, live in the moment. How do you live in the moment, right? That whole science, that's what VR does. It just tricks you totally to be in the moment. All of us struggle. They say, hey, meditate, close my eyes. If you have PTSD and trauma and I tell you to close your eyes and meditate, no, you can't do it. You're going to be scared. What VR is a big solution to that. Right? We're also working with Veterans Association with people who have level 10 PTSD. So that's what it does. So you totally trick the brain. You have these beautiful enchanting environments with electroacoustic synthesis and creators like yourself who have deep earned insights with mindfulness practices, giving guidance. So that's what we do. Right? We work with creators like yourself who have deep earned insights with somatic work and mindfulness. Yeah. Thank you. Anything else?
Would you tell us more about how the concerts are going to go and how they work?
Yes. So one of the ways to do it, I'm trying to see if I can hold a concert over here. So there are domes. I'm working with three companies to come up with these immersive domes. There are all kinds of domes. So we create these beautiful domes. They are pop-up domes, and it's a whole process to take my assets from here, transfer it into a dome, and project it with there are multiple solutions out there. Yeah.
What have you heard about Nui?
About?
Nui? Have you heard of Nui?
Nui? No, I've not. There's so many tools out here, right? I would love to learn more about it from you. Yeah. In fact, one of my partners just came. There was a big immersive dome festival in Boulder, where all the top dome creators, it's again site-based entertainment. That's going to be like a huge thing in VR, like Cirque du Soleil. A lot of these companies are just hungry for big immersive content. Yeah. So. Yeah. Thank you. Anything else?
Okay, amazing. Anybody else want to go from this section? Yes, come on up.
Hi, my name is Hassam, and I am a product designer. And together with my co-founder, who is a software engineer at Google, we are working on a we're working on the company or new startup named Road 265, or the app is 265. And I'm going to give you an intro to what it is. But first, who is here planning or doing something for their financial independence later in life? Okay, cool. And who is doing something for their functional independence in life? One. Okay. Few, yeah. There is actually a correlation between these two based on science. Now, people who are kind of figured out their financial stuff are more averse toward their health stuff as well. But I want to kind of introduce you to 265 basically. But let's start with the problem that we are solving. Midlife is pretty busy with kids, with work, commute, and everything else. And it goes pretty fast. At the same time, a decline has started in life for people, a decline in physical, cognitive, and mental capabilities of people that goes so slow and so gradual that people almost don't notice it's happening. So it doesn't feel like something urgent to go for or take care of. So a lot of other priorities come through and kind of replace it. And people actually start realizing it when damage has been done and it's pretty late to do something about it. Well, almost everyone these days knows that they have to stay kind of on some kind of self-care routine to be able to kind of like stay independent in their life. But it's hard for them to stick to a routine for many reasons. But research shows that there are three main reasons. First, lack of motivation. People have pretty hard time staying motivated and committed to what they decided, gym memberships at the beginning of the year and dropout rates shows that thing. People say the current approaches are not effective for them. They don't see any progress. As the decline is so gradual, also the progress is so minuscule that they don't see an immediate thing to actually work on. And the other thing is efficiency. So they're pretty busy. It's very hard to carve out an hour of a day, and work on yourself or take care of yourself. So that's easy to fall off the routine. There are some solutions now that people just can't think about. If you're pretty wealthy, you can, buy a subscription from one of the wellness boutiques or luxury gyms that provide, wellness coaching, holistic wellness coaching for all aspects of the life. And it's pretty expensive, like thousands of dollars a year. One of them, like Equinox, if you're familiar with, is the holistic wellness coaching with all the kind of like scientific advisory behind that is about $40,000 a year subscription in order to do that. The second option, which is a mid-tier, is basically what the kind of longevity community is going after, like what Function Health, Ezra, and all of those things are doing basically, which is expensive, and the research burden is basically on people to figure out what they want to do. That's a DIY thing. The rest of the people can go for, wellness apps that are numerous. A lot of them are there. And you have to try them and see which one you like to use. and do all the research by yourself. And that has proven not to work for people. So we have to see other options. Now we are coming with a kind of a solution as a kind of like that thing that like Equinox does like for $40,000 a year can easily happen to do. We can do it with AI basically. That scientific advisor or whatever, we can put it together and kind of have a wellness coach, AI wellness coach that is 24/7 with you. You don't need to just meet them like a few times a month and all sorts of things. This tool that we are coming with is not dictating you to use any specific wellness app or any method or whatever. You can use any app. You can go to gym. You can go with your CrossFit buddies. Whatever you want to do. You can just play chess with your friend offline and still track them as a wellness activity for yourself. And with the AI, it kind of see the trends and give you the insights and provides the effectiveness and efficiency that you like. So the time is up sooner than I expected, but I'm just going to show you a demo of the AI at the kind of the conversational way that we are designing on, and I will take some questions if you want to. We have sound here.
Hey, Coach, how's everything looking on your end?
Hey, Taylor, good to see you again. Your cardio's up 18% over last month, and your resting heart rate's coming down, which is always a good sign. And strength training? Right on track. I see you're making moves on the brain front, too. I saw you've been spending more time with that chess app lately. Nice work. If you're up for it, try mixing in a memory game to the mix, like crosswords or recall puzzles. Great way to keep things firing on all sides. Anything you want to dig into more today?
Cool, yeah. Tell me about my aging scores.
Sure thing. Let's start with your L score then, since it shows a good long-term view of your self-care routine. It is sitting at 1120 now, right in the steady zone. You've been able to add an average of 37 points per month to your L score since starting on the new routine plan. Your independence age has moved up into the 80 to 85 range. That is a great progress. Just for context, it was in the low 70s when you first started. So yeah, that's a full decade of extra independence you've earned just by sticking to a self-care routine.
That's what I'm aiming for. Thank you, Coach.
You got it. Let's keep you active, strong, and sharp. And hey, just a reminder, I'm here for you, every step of the way.
Yeah, that was part of the demo. I also have 4 asks from different people tonight. First is we are opening up for a kind of a closed beta that is a wait list basically because we want to have a right mix of people with different ages, especially midlife, and kind of like different sex on the app. If you have any opinions about this, strong opinions, I would love to talk to you. And we are looking also for investors, especially for relationship, not so much for money. And we also need some scientific backing for different aspects. We are focusing on body, mental, and cognitive. And we need people who are experts in that field as advisors. I can take any questions if there is any. Thank you.
What's your name?
Sorry?
What's your name?
Hassam, yeah.
If anybody has any questions, please meet Hassam afterwards. Okay, so anybody else from this section want to pitch their idea, their startup? Okay, yes, come on up.
Hello, everyone. My name is Manny. I'm building a product called Tally. Tally is a AI-powered hiring platform that helps the recruitment agency, and all the for the end-to-end automation of entire hiring process. So it helps you with sourcing and then screening, scheduling, end-to-end automation happens so that it gives time back to the recruiters and also the hiring agencies to focus more on talking to people and the candidate than facilitating all this coordination between teams and people. So that's a platform. And if any of you are hiring, or plan to hire 3 months or 6 months from now, to let me know. I'm offering product for free so that, your first hire, a couple of hires, go through my platform. That's it. Any questions? Tally, T-A-L-Y-I. So you take the I from Italy, put it at the very end, I. Just tally.com. Yeah, that was a .com only available. Right? So just 5 letters. Any other questions? All right, thank you.
Okay, that was Tally, T-A-L-Y-I. Okay, anybody else from this section over here? 5 minutes. Stage is yours. Okay, moving on. Anybody from this section want to go up? Yeah, sure, come on up.
Thanks. I got to change the branding up. No offense to the 265, but do that. Okay, so I'm Joseph. I just moved into Austin 3 days ago, so that's really cool. Getting used to the time zones and stuff. I was at the gym and I wanted to get a taco for Cinco de Mayo or whatever, and time zones. I had to rush over here. I had to drop my taco, get on that Lime scooter bike, and get on over here. This is my first meetup that I'm doing over here. So what I created back in February 2023 was a product called Stealth GPT. Basically, I heard that ChatGPT was the fastest app to get 100 million users ever compared to Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram. And I kind of knew or theorized, I don't think you had to be a genius at the time, but AI-generated content was going to eat the world. And I kind of had a prediction moment where I was like, well, if everyone's using AI-generated content everywhere, it's on every social media platform, every email, every website, people are going to care if the content that they're seeing is AI-generated or not. It's kind of common sense. And so based on that thesis, I set on a journey to create the world's first undetectable AI. And we did successfully do that after reverse engineering AI detectors that were coming out. In December and January, I created a product that successfully bypassed AI detectors 90% of the time. And since 2023, it's been a bootstrapped project. We've had an incredible launch. We are now sitting at, we get like 200,000 visitors a month, and we have about 14,000 subscribers to our platform. We did it pretty much bootstrapped, no VC funding or anything like that. What our target demographic is I guess like, it really is just the same people who use generative AI, but care about whether people see, is this coming up as AI detector or not? There's a lot of blogs, a lot of marketing agencies, SEO, all sorts of people that you would never even think of. I've heard of even police officers who write warrants with ChatGPT that don't want to be caught using ChatGPT. And so we have basically the same market that would use a generative AI uses our product. We've identified a total addressable market of about 20 million people. So far to date, we've had over 1 million signups, so that's been pretty incredible. And we are sitting at 330,000 MRR right now, with a pretty strong churn and lifetime value rate. Where we're kind of going with this right now is we are trying to grow more the B2B side. We've been mostly a consumer-facing product for the longest time. So we're one of the few undetectable AIs that actually have an API platform. We're the cheapest by far, and we're trying to dominate in that area, trying to work with other service providers, people who write emails, people who write blogs, other marketing agencies that could be utilizing our product, as well as just getting just normal businesses on subscriptions and stuff like that. So that's been the top of the focus. And our marketing strategy right now has been traditional ad platforms, Google, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, whatever. If you're a student, you've probably seen us at some point. And we are growing out our organic social media profile right now and getting about 6 to 7 million views a month. So, I'm kind of out here. I'm really looking to just network with other founders, meet people, maybe play some pickleball or get a weightlifting partner. I don't know. I know no one here, so I'm kind of on my own. I'm on an island. And we are raising a Series A, so if anyone knows anyone interested in something like that, would love to talk to you if you have any intros or whatever. And I do have a lot of time over here, so I'm going to be scooting around that line bike downtown. You'll probably see me around. So, any questions? My target for what? Series A. Like valuation or target valuation is 45 million. Anyone else?
How are you thinking about like the moat defensibility here in the medium term? Because like you could see a world in which the existing AI companies, part of their goal is to make writing that doesn't seem like AI.
Yeah.
So is there like medium term like moat here?
Yeah, great question. So basically, OpenAI and every major AI company out there, Google, Amazon, Apple, NVIDIA, and to some extent, has come out and basically said that they believe AI should be detectable. They've actually built that in, so that's why any AI detector that you grab, GPT-0 or CopyLeaks, whatever, Originality, they'll detect ChatGPT and all the others with 99% accuracy, just about. So they want their product to be undetectable. Now, I've thought about that as well. And even, let's just say, to no fault of their own, they may not intend for it to be undetectable, but AI just gets so damn good. Like, it just gets so good that it's just naturally undetectable. They're never going to come out and say that. They're never going to say, hey, it's undetectable, and people are always going to want that reassurance. It's like, I think about it like this. Why do people buy tin cans if there's an apocalypse? What's the odds of you surviving the apocalypse? But yet, people still buy millions and billions of dollars worth of goods that they'll probably never end up using. So we give that reassurance to people, and we're always going to be on top. And we are, if you look at RVAX, or there's been scientific papers that prove that we're the #1 undetectable AI. We created the space. So, these companies may somehow do it one day, maybe, but they're not trying to. We'll always still be the best at it. And people are going to want that reassurance. Is my content detectable or not? ChatGPT, Gemini, they're never going to give that to you. Any other questions? Oh. Yeah, no, it doesn't learn from the user. So I create a data set and fine-tune the models myself based on like 10,000 plus human-generated content. But no, we don't train it on the user because you'd be surprised, but some people actually write in a very ChatGPT-like way. And so we don't want it to become detectable because they make it detectable. Anyone? Oh, no, we built the code ourselves, so it's not like with like Bubble or Replit, like things like that. It's not using those kind of tools. We built it with Cursor, though. Cursor has been a great help for us. But no, we own the whole repos and everything. Do I use what? Yeah, so we fine-tune our own models based on the frontier models right now. So we do use a combination of OpenAI and Meta Llama 3.1B. And any other questions? Because I got to go soon. But I'd love to network again, find people to hang out with or talk to, or I need a weightlifting partner, so that'd be great if I could find that here. But thank you.
That was Joseph with Undetectable AI. Okay. Anyone else from this section want to go? Pitch for 5 minutes. Okay. Anybody from these two tables want to go? Okay, come on up.
Mic test. Mic test. 1 2 1 2. All right. Now, if anybody has heard of Newton, please raise your hand. You've heard of Newton. Yeah. So if you haven't heard of Newton, NVIDIA, Google, and Disney created a merger for AI technology and processors for graphic simulators and things like that. I just thought that was an interesting fact. Now, I'm very nervous. If you cannot tell, I spent the last 10, 15 minutes over there at that table panicking because I didn't know what I was going to say. Thank you. Now, I've seen some very impressive pitches here tonight. And what we have going on right now, actually, I can pull up my website on here if that's okay. Let's see if it'll work for me. Come on. That's how we turned it into an app. Okay. That didn't go how I expected it to. Anyways, what we're doing is we are leveraging the foot traffic that businesses already have and AI so that we can increase their margins, which is retention rates and automated reviews. Now we have 2 clients as for where we're currently at, and I am forgetting everything that I rehearsed to say up here. Wow. Thank you. And let's see. Now, why did I come to this event? And why am I looking for an investor? We are closing clients by the day. I have a plethora of people who I've talked to, and they have been very interested, but I am not a website developer, and believe it or not, I am not the best salesman. So what we were looking for is a web developer, and then just some advice, some help from people who know a little bit more about what it looks like to get into business, what it looks like to kind of just be in this industry. Now, that being said, does anybody have any questions? Yes, sir.
Could you talk a bit about what the revenue model is here?
So the revenue model is leveraging the foot traffic of these businesses. And then we came up with 263% ROI, but we are pre-revenue. Actually, we're in debt right now, which I'm pretty sure there's a lot of apps that started in debt, like Snapchat started in debt, I'm pretty sure. If anybody knows about that, there's a lot of investors here. But yeah, so the revenue model is we're charging $250, $500, and $800 per month to these businesses, $100 down deposit for the initial creation, which is how we got our first clients, which those numbers are kind of still available for anybody who's interested. But we are raising them by the day. How do we get the foot traffic data? So we use forms and then email lists that these businesses already have. If you guys haven't heard the term, I think it was Ty Lopez that said this, but he says, every time you see an export button, there's $1 million deal right there. Or maybe not deal, but something like that. What are you going to do what we were? Yeah. Yes, sir?
What sets the websites that you make for the companies apart from just other website developers or somebody on Upwork or Fiverr?
The websites? Well, what sets the websites apart is, not much. It's really just the system behind it. Because a lot of entrepreneurs out here today, they have skill and talent. What they don't have is a system behind them to support their efforts as well as it could be. Yeah, I'm pretty sure a lot of you know what I'm talking about. Now, as for what makes kind of the perspective of me being here unique is, one, I'm a leader. I'm the oldest out of my siblings, so I'm here with a very strong purpose. You can ask my friend over here, which he's a lot more like a brother now. But when I came to Austin, I only had a backpack and a set of clothes in there and a goal. And that goal was to just grow, to build my dreams and make it reality. Now, yeah, that's about it. And then I was gonna say some other things, but I forgot. All right, thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Okay, anybody else want to pitch on this side of the room? Anyone? Okay, So last final call. Anybody? Jay? Jay? Okay.
All right, first off, everybody, this is, I don't know, my 4th time maybe speaking in front of the group, so thank you very much for having me up here. If you guys are new to Austin, so welcome, sir. Come to these events. This is wonderful. The people you meet, it's going to be tremendous. So, first of all, I'm Jay Kreiner, CEO of Gale Project Technologies. We came out about 1.5 years ago. I am a 6-time startup, 4 exit, featured on Shark Tank, Forbes, and some, I think, Playboy once. But we came out with a system that's pretty unique that sets us apart. I found a very unique little window of opportunity in the drone world. Everybody knows what drones are, right? They fly around, if I can remember it, okay? Imagine a remote environment, and there's an emergency situation. First responders don't always have the time and the capabilities to get out there quick enough to identify the problem before they get there. This is why we developed the Gale system, the first remote monitoring station, data collection, and autonomous UAV deployment station. That's a lot in one word, right? Kind of? Just imagine it sits on utility poles and it can deploy a drone out first and faster than anybody else can respond to. This cuts down response times by 50%. While it's sitting there doing nothing and no drone comes in and out, we're collecting as much data as possible from its surroundings and algorithms and anything we tell it to do. That's AI. So that is the Gale system. We are seeking a pre-seed $500,000, which we just got our first lead investor this week, so thank you very much. I'm gonna point to the camera up there, it's the guys. So it's moving along pretty quickly. We're super excited about that. Our next stage is the prototype, which then we have other VCs lined up that we're just waiting for something tangible to be like, you did it. Cool, let's go forward. This is a dual use technology, and for what most of you maybe know about, dual use means commercial and defense use. So yes, we do have some little toes in the water in that arena as well. So that is the Gale system. If you'd like to learn more, please check out galeproject.com. Thank you. All right, this is the worst part, right? This is the questions. GALE project.com. Thank you for asking. Yes, ma'am. Oh, God. Hopefully I paid my bill. Yeah. It's a real thing when you bootstrap. I'm just going to open a new one. All right, while I do this, someone fire off a question. So here's the cool part, is one of my senior advisors is a former chief of the FAA, and the system itself is non-regulated, only the drone that comes out. So for municipalities and defense, they asked for their own waiver, which is actually getting a lot easier to get these days, to fly in a restricted space. Municipalities, if I can spell this right and talk at the same time, are a lot easier to get. This is not intended for public sector. So there it is, Gale Project. I'm going to show you some cool pictures because that's fun stuff, right? There you go. That is the Gale system. Thank you, AI. But that, at the end of the day, is what it's going to come out to be. It will be a remote monitoring station with its own deployment feature. We are not producing the drone itself. The drones are like a cell phone. It comes out every week. There's a new version of it. But the housing system is unique in itself, and we own the IP. Intellectual property, patent pending, just for you know. Question?
Bunch of questions. So,
oh, God.
Is your patent for the housing or the process, or what is it?
Would you like me to tell you everything?
No.
Okay. So yes, the housing system is the IP, and what the housing system does, if that answers a little bit.
Do you have customers right now, or where are you?
Yes, we've got letters of interest from New Braunfels Fire Department and County, Orange County, which is Orlando. I met with their sheriff's department, and LA County sheriffs.
Got it. And what kind of drones are you using right now?
We don't use the drones. Drones are based off an RF signal, which is radio frequency. As long as we know the frequency, we can put any drone inside of it.
But obviously there's a physical limitation.
Yeah, well, I mean, I can make them small or big. Yeah.
I want to talk to you.
Oh, God. I didn't do it. All right, any more questions, please? Yes, sir. We have different shares, okay? So we got Class A, B, and a preferred. If you want hard equity, we're offering $100,000 for 1%. There's a $10 million valuation currently. Once we reach a certain limit or one of the 3 grants we applied for hit, we close down funding at that point. That round ends June 30th, actually. Any more questions? Yes, sir. So this is the great thing about technology and tariffs too, right? We want to have control of as much possible and make it as cheap as possible because that means more users. But at the end of the day, we have to source out what we can. We are a part of the NVIDIA's Inception program, which is for startups and for anybody here, if you're into tech, please sign up. That is free. They approve you, and then you're part of NVIDIA and get access to their resources. Through using some of their products, we get the Jetson Nano, really, really cheap actually, it's like $200. You can utilize a lot of the stuff that's currently here. Now, do they outsource it? Yeah, absolutely. The manufacturing here depends on the material of the housing. Each area that we were trying to target, which is why I went East Coast, Central, and West Coast, each of those have a different environment, if you can imagine. So I have to have a different material in each place. The desert's different than, Florida hurricanes. So yeah, I want to try to control as much as possible here. 3D printing is an option until we get to scale. Then it'll be injection mold. Anybody else? Yes, sir.
You mentioned NVIDIA.
Yes.
What do you know about Newton?
It's crossed, the name has crossed. They do love the terms with Jetson, Newton. They like the cartoon and space stuff. That's as far as I know on that one. I know that doesn't answer much, but yeah, sorry. I'm not that guy. Yes. Okay, so public safety and defense are the go-tos for us. For public safety, what that's going to be is fire departments and police for first response. Say someone's missing, but it's in a remote area. So if it's here in Austin with all the big buildings, you're not going to see a lot of drones for a long time. It's just a little complex. But if you're saying just outside of town, the hill country, response times are typically 5 to 8 minutes. We're going to try to cut that down. I'm being flagged, but if anybody wants to talk to me afterwards, you can catch me as I run out of here. Thank you very much, everybody. And thanks, Juan.
Okay, that's Jay with Gale Projects. Okay, do you want to pitch? Okay.
Thank you. Good afternoon. This isn't really a pitch. I saw everybody up talking with these awesome ideas, so I was like, I at least need to spread some of my ideas out. My name is Sam Burton, and I own a company called Gamma Ray Blast. And I'm down here today because I received all funding, and I'm going to give a little backstory. I started my company in January, and I got a call this morning from my ownership group about the event. They told me the event was in Austin, and since I live in Austin, it'd probably be a good idea if I came down and introduced myself and the company. So that's what I'm here to do. So what we do is we're an augmented reality company. Are you guys familiar with augmented reality? Heard of it? All right. Well, just in case you haven't, I'm going to give you a quick rundown of what we do. We make augments, and the word augment literally means like to make better. And how we make better is we augment reality. Now, the way we do this and how we got into business is augmenting menus for people and even construction zones. And it's pretty simple. We have the camera. You can use your camera, you can use your phone. But you can also use a Quest headset. It doesn't really matter what you use. We can take any environment or any structure or anything that's made in the real world or not and augment it in front of you. And to start my company, we wrote a few programs. One was augmenting restaurant menus, then augmenting spaces, then transporting whole spaces, then transporting miles of spaces. And also to localize it and not have it run off of an app. And that's how I opened my company. It runs natively off of a file format called USD. And that's what we do. And that's it. And so another reason I wanted to come up is initially, I didn't have a plan to start a company. I was a video game developer for a long time. I worked in video games and film. And it's kind of another long story. Through a friend, during the pandemic, one thing led to another, and I got incorporated and I started a company. And when I did, now I've got a little history too. I'm an artist and I've been an artist my whole life. And when I was in college, I ran out of money for school. art school's pretty expensive. And I went to the Air Force, became a propagation engineer, radio engineer. And I worked in radios for a little while as well. Actually, for a while. But the reason I wanted to get up, I heard everybody talking and like their experiences. And when I was going through this, like recently, so I was, another thing, I was a principal artist for Hasbro. This was my last job before I started GRB. And when I was talking to a friend about these menus, I was excited. And, you know, it was all great. But then it got into the world of starting my own company. And I started hearing these words, start hearing about VCs. I started hearing about like rounds. Then I started hearing about, and I'm like, I've heard of a lot of stuff. I've heard of duplex modulation. I've heard of, we can get exotic. I've heard of a lot of stuff, but I've never heard of like these different funding rounds and times. What do they mean? When I first got to one of the meetings, there was a bunch of people there and dressed up. I didn't know what they were doing. And I was really like I just didn't understand you know, just the method of it. And the next day I had a meeting, and it was, at the time I didn't know the term for it, but it was with an angel investor. And it was one person, and I got full funding for my business and what I was doing. And that was it. That was the end. And then I came to terms with this one person. So I want to share what I do in Austin, and if you guys would like to see it, yeah, you just stop by the table. And all these worlds I'm talking about, I can teleport them for you, like right in front of your eyes. That's it.
Thank you. Do you want to pitch? Yes, come on up.
I don't need that microphone. Like Jay, I'll talk anytime, but I always prefer to go and project. So I'm Chris Johnson. I'm the founder of PeerView AI. Jay unfortunately has seen me present several times already, but I've seen you present several times already, so great job with Dale. So who here wants to go and start a business? Well, it's not about starting a business. Anyone? Really? We're at a startup event and only like half of you have thought about starting up your own business? Well, a lot of people do in the US, but they're not trying to go and start up awesome drone companies or really cool stealth AI or any of these other ideas that you've heard today. A lot of them want to start up restaurants and hair salons and doggy daycare centers. You know, the typical Main Street businesses that we all go and use every day. And if you are one of these people and you're reading a book or you're going to a seminar about how to start up your business, do you know the thing that tells you to do? It says do market and competitor research. Do you know how you do market and competitor research if you're just a random everyday person? Well, you kind of go into hair salons and you get your hair cut like 10 times. You have like people call up and you like inspect their websites and you sit outside the door of your competitors with a little clicker and you go clicking in order to see what's going on. But it's just not really scalable, affordable, rigorous, like you're kind of just, you know, guessing. And because you're guessing, lots of these businesses will fail because they'll open up their, you know, fantastic cupcake shop right at the end of the cupcake craze. They will choose the wrong business in the wrong location at the wrong time, and they just won't get enough money in order to make it go. So what PeerView AI does is I use my background in small business lending and my knowledge and access to some of the data sets that I use to kind of do that from the lending perspective, combined with just a little bit of AI in order to kind of make that data legible and processable by data science. So that way I can go and tell someone, hey, you want to open up a donut shop in Springfield? Well, guess what? This is how well every other donut shop in Springfield are doing from a revenue perspective. So that way you can make sure you're coming into a market where the revenue is nice and healthy for your business plan, and it's nice and growing, so that way you don't have to go and freak out that you're going to go and be in an oversaturated market and be out of business in a couple of years because there just wasn't enough opportunity to make it work. So PeerView AI, we have AI in its name, but AI is really just there in order to take all of this messiness of the data world that's out there from anyone who's ever tried to work with business data, and to make it digestible so we can now use SaaS economics to take everyone's request. I want to go and set up a hair salon, or I want to go and do a bowling alley, or I want to go and do an ice cream shop, and turn it into a business plan that can be localized for exactly what you are trying to do, where you are trying to do it. And And if it's a bad idea for that particular market, help you find a better market that will be successful. So that way we can turn that million of businesses every year that are going to be doomed and fail due to lack of customer demand and shift them over to a place in which they're going to have plenty of demand and plenty of opportunity to hopefully be able to go and make a lot more businesses successful and bring a lot more entrepreneurship into the community. So that's what I do. End with an ask before I ask a question. So my ask is always looking for a CTO. I have enough technical skills to be dangerous. I don't have enough technical skills to go and do any of the stealth AI stuff up there. Like that's awesome and really cool and well beyond anything I'll be able to capable of. And second, of course, connections. So this is the type of business model that relies on working with various other companies in order to go and get access. So chambers of commerces and development communities and other companies that kind of work with entrepreneurs is a lot easier to go and work with from my perspective than finding individual entrepreneurs one by one, which is a bit more expensive than I can sell the product for. Any questions?
These private lending asset databases, do they tell you right now, let's say, stratification of different businesses and how well they're doing amongst each other at a certain zip?
Yes. So the primary one I went and developed over the past couple of years, a company called Enigma, which Naveed went and asked me about relatively recently. And they will go and use this credit card. Every time you go and swipe at a business, that credit card information gets anonymized and processed, and aggregated, and stitched together, and restitched together, and sent to various different third parties, and then it comes to me. So I can tell you, looking around the city, how much credit card revenue is happening at every given street location.
So is the idea to build a matching database, but this time you own it instead of someone else, and then you can basically do whatever you want with that information via public data sets?
Longer term, I have a patent to doing that. They developed that at Capital One. But to do that is going to require a few $1 million in funding. So I'm currently relying off of Enigma and my other data vendor connections to get started.
Is it the Yardley? Are you familiar with Yardley data set?
Yeah, so they do they're another company that works mostly, I think, with hedge funds with matching up credit card and transaction spend data. They haven't done, to the best of my knowledge, I haven't checked it recently, the long tail of small businesses. So there's a lot of businesses that do credit card processing for Walmart, for Amazon, for hotels and airports. Very few companies have done the long tail of the mom and pop on the street corner because that's just not economical unless you have a customer who's willing to go and pay for it. The only reason Enigma went and did this is because back when I worked at Capital One, I told them I would go and use Capital One's money to pay for it, and I did. And now I'm going back to them and using it to do all sorts of other cool stuff off of that same data. I totally recommend trying to go and bootstrap your thing by using Capital One's money first before you do it yourself. Yeah, question.
You mentioned a little bit of AI, and I'm just interested in what you think the role of AI is. What's special in this that you maybe couldn't do 5 years ago?
Yes, great question. Every business is a special little snowflake, which means that comparing businesses is impossible to do through algorithmic means. Anyone ever use SIC or NAICS codes to try to figure out if two businesses are the same? A coffee shop can be a food truck, it can be embedded in a hotel, it can be a catering service. If you don't do individual level research on every single business that you're looking at in order to put together the comparison, you won't get a useful result. And AI is fantastic at that, and it is really a painful process to do it without AI. Great. Well, thanks again for letting me share. Happy to chat with any of you later.
Okay, that is Christopher Johnson with PeerView AI. Okay, anybody else want to pitch? Anybody else? Okay. So, even if you are not a startup founder, I would still love to give you an opportunity to come up on the stage and show off and talk about yourself. So if you are looking for a job, I know a lot of us are looking for jobs right now, okay? If you're looking for a job, or if you're looking to hire someone, or if you need help on your startup, even if you just need some feedback on the design of it, or you need some sales strategy, you just want to have a coffee chat with someone, here's your time to just ask for that help. Okay, so does anybody want to come up? Okay, yes, Jay, come on up.
I won't go down there. I'll save you guys. With our growth, it was all projected and it was mapped out and it was all hinging on investments, right? Like most of us would bootstrap our own. Well, we finally hit a milestone and now it's time for me to find a strategic CTO. I'm also looking for somebody really versed in robotics and then programming. So please, I know I'm on LinkedIn pretty heavy. You can Google Gale Project or Jay Kreiner on LinkedIn. Find me, message me, let's connect. I love networking, and for anybody else looking for a job, I've got a huge network that I've spent a long time clicking accept. So please leverage that, and I'll see if I can help you guys as well. But please, for Gale, it would be tremendous if anybody has the interest and bandwidth to do it, come on board.
Jay Kreiner is looking for technical talent and can help you find a job because he knows literally everybody. Anybody else? Yes, come on up.
Hi, my name's Luke Wilson-Moore. I'm a CTO. I've started 3 companies in the last 10 years. The top one has maybe between 5 and 10 million in ARR. And I'm basically just exploring doing new kind of technology projects. So yeah, software engineer. So anyone who's looking for data-oriented and AI software engineering, that's what I'm looking to do. Oh, like everything. I've done everything, like Python, Java, front end, I'm pretty conversant in. A lot of B2B SaaS. You know, I've monkeyed around with all of the LLMs, you know, that sort of stuff. Yeah? Anything else? All right.
That's Luke, and Luke is a software engineer. Amazing. Anybody else? Yes, come on up.
How we doing, folks? My name is Luis Santos. I'm co-owner of a firefighter-owned moving company that's over a decade old. We do about $900,000 a year in gross. I'm here looking to meet folks who have run large teams of people, who know how to develop leaders, and anybody who has dabbled or scaled up a home service company. How many of y'all have hired movers before to move your house, your apartment? Mostly everybody. What were some of the issues that you saw with your moving company? Transparency. That's great. Anybody else? They ruined your couch. They dropped the couch. Anybody else? Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So these are all things that I'm looking to change because the moving industry is a multiple billion-dollar industry. The quality is out of control. A lot of people might even feel like they've been scammed by moving companies before. So I'm looking to change that. Came to Austin about 2 years ago from Salt Lake City. And yeah, this is my first event. Definitely gonna start coming to a lot more. And we're looking to scale rapidly right now. We're just in South Austin. We'll be expanding to North Austin, then to San Antonio, then to Dallas and Houston. And at that point, I wanna have set processes and systems to make it a nationwide company, to compete with name brands like 2 Men in a Truck, college hunks, who are not college students, by the way. The value prop for our company is each branch will be owned and operated by a firefighter who is on service. And I will be joining AFD by next year. I really enjoyed this gentleman's presentation about the emergency services drones. So if anybody here has any experience running a large team of people, sales managers, I do all the sales as well at the company right now. Sold $90,000 worth of moving service last July. Pretty proud of that, and we are looking to scale. So I appreciate everybody coming out and really enjoyed all the presentations. Any questions? Sir. What sets us apart from other moving companies? That's the best one. So like my gentleman right here said, they drop the couch. First, we make sure we don't drop anything, okay? And when it does, we really value our customer service. Being a firefighter instills trust. People trust that. And we don't take advantage of that. We actually use it to our advantage to make sure that when people hire us, they know that they can expect a quality of person showing up at their door, to be in their house, to move all their belongings. And at the moment, I'm seeing a big issue with moving companies as far as quality of service, customer service, and just all the things that are really important to folks when they are choosing their movers. That's what sets us apart. Thank you.
Okay, if you're moving anywhere in Austin, you know who to go to. Okay, anybody else? Yes, come on up.
Can I just pitch? Because.
Sure. You want a mic?
I'm a loud mouth, so can I grab this? Of course. Right. I hook up the laptop to this, so, but I'm going to show it off because I've been working the last 2 years. My name is Mark Rincon. I have been working on a video game that gets kids addicted to learning Japanese. Don't be shy, come on up. Get closer. Small screen. So, the problem I'm trying to solve is language learning sucks. It's hard, it's no fun. People fail at it. Even in Duolingo, their annual report in 2022, like after a month of trying Duolingo, 83% of the customers just fall off, right? So what I was doing, I was building a regular video game that I was testing with the 5 to 12-year-old demo, mostly Gmail. And we were really successful in getting them engaged. And then I was like, well, I don't want to compete with just all the other video games out there. I wanted to make something that could actually help people. So I decided to make this little game called Critter Run. It's about a little elephant that wants to be the fastest runner in the world. However, he's an elephant and he's short and he's got short little legs. So what happens is that he finds a magical book that gives him all the secrets of how to become the fastest runner in the world. However, it's in Japanese. So the storyline is built around like trying to figure out how to learn Japanese to become faster and faster. So there we go. There we go. So we have all the things. So my background is I've done marketing for Nintendo and Microsoft games for a long time. In my hubris, I was like, how hard can it be to make a game? It's really hard. So anyway, so what I've done is made the process of learning fun. So it started off as a fun game, and then we put the content on top of it, where everyone else is trying to gamify it, which is a word that I hate more than anything in the world, because I know about games and I've marketed games and I'm building a game. It has to be fun and it has to matter to the users. So let's make him. That's good. way to engage kids, but still give them the content that they need. And it does it so it keeps them engaged over and over and over. So this is just one level. Woo. So then there's the kanji level. So the way Japanese works is there's 2 different alphabets and 50,000 characters. And it's really difficult. So what I've been trying to do is incorporate all the different aspects of this. So my only promise to the students is learn 500 words in Japanese. So I'm giving them a goal that's reachable within the confines of the game. So here's the kanji, and they're going in. And learning each kanji one by one. So it was really important that we encourage the students as they're going through each part. This is a really hard one. Skip that one. Because once you go through here, there's going to be a little test. And this is the racing component. So I got to figure out, all right, which one is it? It's yay, man. What's this one? And then the really cool part, or I think, the part that's going to keep them engaged long term is this aspect of racing. So you'll be able to have a multiplayer version of this where you're racing another person at the same time. So think of this as Mario Kart meets Ball Guys. Multiplayer. Right now it's a one-player mode. Yeah. So what I'm doing right now is, my goal is to try to find a CTO, somebody that because all this I did on my own. I used Unreal Engine to build this, and C++, but I was using an abstract layer called Blueprints, which is like node-based. So that's my goal right now. So my next part of this is going to be me going out to the coffee shops and having the kids test this newest version. So, and that's it.
Hey, thank you so much. What's your name?
Martin.
Martin. Okay, nice to meet you. Okay, anybody else want to come up on the stage and talk about if you're a service provider, if you are looking for a job, if you're hiring, if your startup needs some urgent help with some technical skill you don't have or a sales skill you don't have, or you need a lawyer, you just need to see if someone has a legal connection for you. If you really want to take in a cute little kitten. Yes, you want to come up?
Hey guys, my name is Praneeth. Currently, I'm looking for a new opportunity around the mid-level engineers. Coming to my background, I was majored in intelligent systems. I see a lot of guys who are using an AIS here. So I was majored in that one, and I was also majored in the database systems. And with the recent layoffs, I was affected with that one. So I was an ex-Amazon. Yeah, any help would be appreciated. Thank you.
Okay. Praneeth, he knows intelligent systems like the back of his hand, okay? So he's your guy. Okay, anybody else? Okay, I guess I'll go really fast. So hi, I'm Nabiha. I am a designer and developer, but more importantly, I'm a builder. I like to build stuff. I like to build stuff starting from level 0. I like to take things that are already a little further along in the process and make them better. If you're looking for someone who is a go-getter, if you're looking for someone who thrives in ambiguity and makes processes out of literally nothing, then I am your girl. I have worked for multiple startups. The first startup I worked for was acquired. I was one of the first 6 people who worked there, and I worked on their product, and they sold last year. So my specialty is making things that are extremely usable. So my philosophy is that the best design is invisible. You never see it, okay? It's never in your face because, hi, Peace. Have you ever used something that is super unusable and it is so clunky and you try to check out on an app or you try to put in directions on this alternative maps app that's gonna save you so much time on your commute and you just cannot get it done? It is so clunky. My goal is to make things that you don't even see. Every single call to action button, every single text field you type into, it is invisible and seamless to use, and you as a user, you get your goal done without wasting time or getting frustrated. So by day, I'm a product manager. I manage engineers and designers, but my creative passion is to design and develop myself on the side. So if you're interested in having me chat with you about your startup, I would love to give you feedback. I will not charge you for giving you feedback on your web app or your mobile app. I would just love to have a conversation and see what you're working on and see maybe how I can help you. So please meet me afterwards and talk to me. Okay, anybody else? Okay, I think that's it, guys. So now feel free. We're going to do the JetBrains giveaway. So if you did not scan this QR code yet and you want a free JetBrains subscription, please scan it. We're going to do a raffle in just a moment, and someone is going to do that.
And while you're scanning that, do think back and remember all the people that have pitched here. They may have talked about a product that's already released. They may have talked about an app that they're planning to release, or asking for feedback or asking for connections and things like that. So for those that have pitched their app or product or service, just when after this event, when you go back to your home, just open that app or product or service. If it's an app, download it, try to use it. If you don't like it, don't write a Google review. Just go to the founder and give them some feedback, okay? I mean, that's basically the best thing that a founder at an early stage can hope for, some quality feedback that they can work on and improve their product. And likewise, if you like that app or product or service, spread the word to your family, friends, professional circles, wherever you think that might be useful. And early customers are golden for all these early stage entrepreneurs. So any help that you can provide, it's a rising tide, right? I mean, we help each other. We all benefit from that, and then we all have great experiences from that. And likewise, some people may have asked for some help regarding CTO positions or product, or some seeking jobs and things like that. If you or anyone in your circle is actively looking for some positions like that or trying to hire people like that, just spread the word so these people can also benefit from getting that talent or getting those jobs that they can use to build some cool products, right? So do keep that in mind. We're all here to help each other and also build beautiful things, great things. So, all right. So, does anyone need any additional time to scan that? All right. If not, let's go to the raffle. Right. So let me refresh it.
Got a winner.
All right, Chris Johnson. Is Chris here? Oh, there is. Awesome. So congratulations, Chris. So I'll send you a coupon code for JetBrains product, and probably you'll use that to build great features in PeerView AI, right? All right, thank you. Awesome. So yeah, I'll turn it on to.
Okay, guys, thank you so much for coming. If you would like to access these slides after the event or would like to read a list of amazing events to go to this month around Austin, as well as, oh, here it is, as well as upcoming conferences and any of the QR codes or the coupon codes, here is your place to access all this information. And now you are free to mingle with each other. Thank you so much for coming today. I hope to see you guys again. Oh, and by the way, if you need to have parking validation, please come find me, okay? Yes?
Which parking lot?
The one that's under this building.
Oh, under the, yeah,
Yes.
you parked here.
funding